Did you know what the internet looked like 2,000 years ago? A network that connected continents, toppled empires, and changed the very course of human history. Can a simple piece of cloth change the destiny of the world? Can it spread religions, give birth to great philosophies, and even cause the death of millions? This wasn't just a road, but the ancient world's information highway. It didn't just carry silk and spices, it carried the invention of paper, gunpowder technology, and the faiths that laid the foundation of today's world. In today's documentary, we travel back in time. We will discover how a secret Chinese invention shook the Roman economy and how this path made humanity global for the first time. The year 138 BC. Behind the grand walls of the Han Dynasty Palace, Emperor Wu was fighting a war, not with swords, but with vision. He faced a massive problem: isolation. Fierce tribes from the north, the Xiongnu, were staining China's borders with blood. The emperor knew that if he didn't step outside his borders, his empire would crumble. He needed allies, he needed powerful horses, and he needed a path that leads to the other side of the world. The emperor held a secret that could make the world dance to his tunes. This secret was silk, which no one else in the world possessed. He sent his most trusted man, Zhang Qian, toward the west with this silk to gain allies and horses. This was a gamble where the price was life itself. 1 year passed, then 5, and then 10. There was no sign of Zhang Qian. The emperor's hopes were fading, but the enemy attacks were intensifying. Emperor Wu swallowed a bitter pill. Under the He-Qin policy, he began bribing his enemies with silk, wine, and princesses. He was buying time, knowing the enemy was getting addicted to this luxury. In the palace, he trained his army for desert warfare, believing his messenger was still alive. His plan was working. Silk, which the enemy looted as a mere cloth, was proving to be a silent poison. Fierce warriors who once slept on horseback were now trading their tough leather armor for the softness of silk. Historians say the emperor intentionally sent silk that was thin and radiant to addict the enemy's next generation to luxury. This was the world's first example of soft power. But the treasury was emptying. He needed to turn silk from bribery to trade. He needed a market. He needed the world. The year 126 BC. 13 long years had passed. Zhang Qian, the man they thought was dead, had returned. He brought something more precious than gold: information. He spoke of great civilizations beyond the deserts and the horses of Dai Yuan that sweat blood. But the biggest news was a great empire far to the west obsessed with silk, called Rome. That night, Emperor Wu found his answer. China didn't need walls, it needed doors. At that moment, the map of history's greatest highway was born. Zhang Qian also brought back alfalfa seeds and grapes and spoke of secret trade routes from India, proving the world was much larger than they imagined. To fulfill his dream, Emperor Wu launched a massive military campaign for the winged horses of Fergana. It was the most expensive war ever fought for horses. Eventually, the Chinese army succeeded. Stables were filled with horses that ran faster than the wind. Folklore said these horses were children of dragons. Modern research shows it wasn't magic, but parasites under their skin that caused red sweat. Nevertheless, these horses stood guard over the first sections of the Silk Road. It was time for the first official silk caravan. The emperor built a safe corridor with forts and watchtowers. The caravan finally reached the heart of the world, Samarkand. Here, the world touched silk for the first time. A fabric soft as water, and glowing like moonlight. Silk became a global currency. But this trade didn't just exchange goods, it started a data transfer of paper, gunpowder, philosophy, and religion. The Silk Road was now a living reality. Leaving Samarkand, traders faced the roof of the world mountains and bloodthirsty bandits. Many caravans vanished, leaving only bones in the snow. Finally, silk reached Rome, where it was called serica, the fabric made of clouds. Rome went mad for it. Gold was flowing east like a river, creating history's first trade deficit. Rome was spending 100 million sesterces in gold annually on silk alone. China guarded the secret of silk with death, but Rome sent spies. 2 monks hollowed out their walking sticks and smuggled silkworm eggs into Europe. This theft ended China's monopoly. While stories exist of a princess hiding eggs in her hair, the spy mission remains the most significant act of economic espionage in history. The secret was out, and it would change the world forever. Ideas traveled too. Buddhism moved from India to China, and later Arab traders brought Islam to Samarkand and Bukhara. While Europe was in the Dark Ages, science and philosophy merged here. Then came another revolution: paper. If silk was the body of the highway, paper was its brain. It gave religion a book and science a pen. The silk monopoly broke, and the map changed. But the ancient internet also carried a virus: the Black Death. In the 14th century, it turned the world into a graveyard. Trust was lost, and the road that connected the world was now distributing death. The Silk Road never fully recovered from this blow. No empire stays forever. By the 15th century, ships discovered sea routes to the east. One ship could carry more than hundreds of camels, cheaper and faster. The caravans stopped, and the great cities became ghost towns. The Silk Road vanished into the dust of time. But the Silk Road didn't truly end. Today, it rises again as CPEC in the Belt and Road Initiative. Today's silk is data. The human urge to connect is the same as it was for Emperor Wu. History only changes its clothes. The Silk Road was a saga of human determination, showing that when we reach out to understand each other, even deserts give way. The journey of humanity continues forever.